right, mic check. All right. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Hopefully everyone can hear me live and direct. Just doing some quick verification that will work. Again, we're just doing a quick audio check. And if that is the case, then we will be good to go. Just doing some quick verification. And so far, everyone seems to hear me okay. Okay, we're just doing a quick audio check. And if that is the case, then we'll be good to go. And we're doing a slight tweak because of the new format through. Yeah, it does, yeah. And as you see now, for those who are watching, we do appreciate this. This is Jonas Braska with Up the Fulham. We're going to test out a couple of new things, like oh, okay. I did not know that Chelsea sacked their manager this morning or last night. Well, I can't say congratulations because that sounds mean. Does that sound mean? I'm a Chelsea. I'm a Fulham fan. Does that really sound mean? And if it does, I apologize. Yeah, no, I don't. You know what? Let's just call it what it is. I'm. But as you see, Glad All Over is playing, and nothing is happening. Sorry, not nothing is happening. Let me try that again. As you see, we have lineups on the screen. And one thing that's for Fulham that's going to be very interesting when we check out the lineup is that there are no there's no Josh King in the lineup. That's going to be surprising, and hopefully that's not going to list to something else particular moving forward. But regardless regardless of how I feel, Kevin is getting the start. But Raul Jimenez, I'm glad he's in the lineup, but we need him healthy. Also, congratulations to Nigeria as they won their group easily with 3 wins in 3 games. It just also means that we will not be seeing Iwobi, Chukwueze, and Calvin Bassey anytime soon. But all the best of luck to them as the lineups are coming in. Yes, and Happy New Year, by the way. Crystal Palace is going to have a moment of silence for all their fans, the Crystal Palace family, which if any of them are in the stream, definitely welcome. That sadly lost their lives in the past in 2025. One thing that we are hoping for in 2026 compared to 2025 is for Fulham to actually beat Palace, because that would, be nice. And as always, we are going to go ahead and put the rules on the screen. We are popping out the chat for that. So, what you're hearing now, applause is currently happening right now. So, that's what you're hearing at this time. And it looks like we are about to kick off. Fulham is at 12, Palace is at 11. 2 goals separates the sides. What has made this a great run for Fulham is 3 straight away wins, which is something that we don't usually see. We are about to kick off. Fulham is at 12, Palace is at 11. 2 goals. When the whistle blows, the timer will start. We are still currently waiting, and we are go. And they're saying now, Fulham, wow, trying to strike. Palace trying to strike early. Fulham did not beat Palace whatsoever in 2025, so we're hoping 2026 will give a little bit more to look forward to. Anthony Robinson has it right now. Gets it back to Sanderberg. Yeah. Yeah. And little Nick for Anthony Robinson, but Fulham doing what they're supposed to do, maintaining possession. And they did remind me. I did like all these hashtags except like the obvious. Yes, and I'm not going to worry about the odds, but yes, the odds are definitely not in Fulham's favor. They're definitely putting this one on Palace. In the meantime, we do have scores from around Europe going scrolling on the bottom. For obvious reasons, we don't have the Fulham Crystal Palace game because, as always, no spoilers, please. You see the clock? Sync up with us. Enjoy the show. Now, granted, I know a lot of people are focusing on that transfer window, but of course, one game at a time. That's what we're looking at here. And plus, if you like the stream, feel free to like and follow. That's about all I'm gonna say on that one. I'll say that several times, but I'm not gonna be like one of those like and smash. It's one of those. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. Not gonna sweat it otherwise. Still, possession has primarily been Fulham for these first few minutes. The first 5 minutes of Fulham matches are usually interesting to watch. Kevin has it now. He's still very, very young in the side. Anderson tried to slide it in, but there was no one there. Kenny Tete. And when we're talking about this winning run, all three of these Fulham's games that they won away, those were the first away wins of the season. And Smith Rowe in the box tries a cross, but there was no one there. Jimenez was in the middle, but it was just a little too far ahead of him. And I can tell Smith Rowe wanted Jimenez to run towards the middle, but it just he's not getting enough help up front. So it's gonna be unique to see what happens. Kevin kicks it out, and it's gonna be a corner. Okay, actually, they're trying to put that on Robinson, not on Kevin. Let's go. Have the set piece. Thank you. Header. Berger, there's gonna be a foul. They're saying there's a push, but it still is gonna be Fulham's possession. Of course, we're not the only game that's kicking off, and I figured that's where most people are right now, is they're watching Liverpool and Leeds. I don't know why, but that's still happening. And that game has just started, and that game is also at 0-0. Now, for the rest of the matches, Chelsea, Bournemouth with that 2-2 draw. Newcastle did what they had to Burnley 3-1. Everton over Forest 2-0. West Ham, Brighton draw. Aston Villa, I'm sorry, 4-1 loss to Arsenal. And then the one that made a lot of people upset, Manchester United and Wolverhampton Wanderers, a 1-1 draw. That was just fun. Yes, yes, I know. And no, PSV they rejected a bid from Fulham for 26 million for Ricardo Pepe. Again, one of the things I ended up being a Fulham fan was for is because they are willing to take the risks on U.S. players. Still nothing there. I think I just need to verify something because I think Anderson has the armband for Fulham. Yes, they're gonna. We will make that adjustment to make indicate that Anderson does have the armband. No, I mean Kevin still not able to get that final ball in. William Hughes is not feeling well. It's going to be a throw in from Anthony Robinson. Robinson's going to throw this in. It Raul tried to pass, but it does go off a Palace player. Walton tried to have it. Jimenez gets it to Anderson Robinson. Robinson tried to get it back to Jimenez and Smith Rowe, but it is broken up by Palace. And one thing that's been noted is that Palace is only Burnley and Wolves have scored fewer goals at home than Palace. Oh, interesting tackle that. I think that was Tete. Kevin, good job keeping the ball. Back to Tete. Tete holds it up. Smith Rowe, back to Tete. Back to Sanderberg. Gonna kick it out to Anthony Robinson. Robinson. Gonna send it back to Anderson. It's better with the possession, but I'm not liking the fact that instead going forward we're going back. Kawenka gets it back to Leno, and Fulham's gonna reset. Now, ironically enough, Palace was beat Fulham 2-1 on the 7th of December at the Cottage. That is Fulham's last loss in the league. They would lose, yes. They would lose in the EFL Cup to Newcastle, also by 2-1. But since then, Fulham has ran off three away wins and tried to get it into Smith Rowe, but Smith Rowe, it was just too far ahead and it goes out for a goal kick. So Dean Henderson will take this one. Mhm. And they're talking about Harry Wilson's goal a few weeks back, and sadly, they losing effort. Fulham still trying to make something happen. I think it's going to go out. Tete tried to get to it, but Gahey just lets it go out, and it's going to be a throw in for Palace. Once again, thank you for everyone who is watching. This is Fulham. This is Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park. And as you can see, oh, okay, we're going to fix that. Apologies. Jimenez. Sanderberger. Sanderberger is running. That doesn't. Okay, those two words don't work at where to get Sanderberger and running. Yeah, Sanderberger running does not work. And I think that's one thing that should be mentioned. Between this fixture, there hasn't been a home win in 9 meetings. Fulham hasn't conceded a goal in the last four. Jimenez trying to get it to. Nah, no. Kevin was not nowhere near that. It's like who is that last person? The ball is on side. Trying to find Kevin. Kevin's just not making that run. And one thing that has been mentioned is that Raul Jimenez is a Mexican international and should be in that opening game at the Azteca against South Africa. That will be fun to watch. Now that we are in 2026, I'm sure there are a lot of people who are looking forward to the World Cup. Sanderberger is also will be there for Norway. And of course, Kevin is down. Of course, Kevin is down. I want him up so I want him off the pitch so bad. I want him off the pitch so bad. I mean, yes, it's accidental. Just uh, it's not enough. It's not enough. I'm just gonna say I don't. I just want to let people know I don't hate Kevin. It's just Kevin. The best way I can describe him is a famous Shakespeare play. Much to do about nothing. I do think Kevin has potential. I mean, if nothing else, it's at least giving people the chance to go get some water. Okay, we're not. Yeah, you can be gingerly, but it's like if you off the pitch, that's fine with me too. And of course, they're mentioning that Pachim Katsami goal, famously scored at Selhurst Park. It's one of those where it's like it would definitely be a goal of the year if it wasn't for the fact that it was the year that Fulham got relegated. Klein tried to get something in, blocked by Smith Rowe, but Pals still maintains possession. Mateta, Fulham's able to get away. Jimenez tried to get to Smith Rowe, couldn't Smith Rowe couldn't get to it. Kevin has it. Kevin keeps it in play. Good job, but good job by Kevin getting it to Jimenez. Back to Wilson. Anderson ends up giving up the back to Palace, and it's going to be a foul and probably yellow on George Kalenka. No, no ball. It was just. I mean, it sucks. I don't like calling those professional fouls, but it was very clear that there was no one, there was nothing that was going to stop a solid attempt on goal. So Pino is going to take this. Pino was trying to find, looks like was trying to find Gay, but hmm, Jimenez did a great job marking him. It's still going to be it's still going to be Palace's ball, but it's going to be a throw in for them. It looks like Lerma's going to take the throw in. Lerma throws in, slowly tries to slip in. Robinson on the qua, and Leno just has to slap it out of the way. It's going to be a corner, another corner. Like it's just a scramble in the box. Lacroix tries to loop it. It was literally trying. That's a shot. That literally was trying to loop it past Leno. That wasn't a cross. That was a shot. Leno had to save that. And now we have a corner. It's dealt with, but Wharton gets it back into the box. All right, it's going to be an offsides on Palace. And again, Liverpool leads no score in the 23rd minute in that game. Pardon me. That's one of the nice things. Kevin is onside. Kevin, can he shoot? Kevin, but too little, too late. Offsides. It was offsides. Yeah, Kevin's off. I mean, I wish I could say otherwise, but he's off. He did not slow down enough. He does shoot. Goalie has it all the way, but they're trying. It's like slowly he's trying to get in there. But for where we are, as you see, where we're at the 213 mark. Palace, Palace nil, Fulham nil. No attack, no attempts, no shots on targets. Okay, so that's what's been mentioned here. So I guess they counted what happened with Leno. They counted that as a cross and not an actual shot on goal. So now that we know that, we're now at it. We're still at 0-0. I want to thank everyone who is watching. This is Jones, Nebraska with Up the Fulham. For those who are hopping in, wondering what have we missed, you have not missed much. It's still a 0-0 game, but Smith Rowe, he's gonna run it. He's gonna give it out to Kevin on the outside. Kevin needs to finds his way into the box. Kevin crosses Smith Rowe. Smith Rowe can't get the full thing. Harry Wilson shot messes up, and Jimenez had a opportunity to follow through, and it just goes left. Smith Rowe knows to kick it out to Kevin. Kevin does find its way into the box, tries to get it back to Smith Rowe. Smith Rowe can't get a full thing on it. Wilson straight the keeper, and then off the rebound, Jimenez half volley. It just no, it's not clean. You're right. It's not clean strike, and it just goes far left. It just goes far left. It goes far left. That's sadly that is definitely Fulham's best chance of the half so far. Actually, the best chance of the half for both teams. Sanderberger, Sanderberger with the ball. May we never say that again. I get also awkward when I say that. Anthony Robinson, Robinson still being marked well by Devaney. Gets it back to Sanderberger. Sanderberger finds Tete. Tete to Wilson. Back to Tete. Yeah, I don't know where Anderson was going to go with that ball. I think he may have been trying to find Sasha Lukic. And yeah, we haven't really talked about the upcoming fixtures, but yes. Oh, oh, excuse me. Again, Happy New Year for everyone who celebrating and also still actually stayed up for the New Year, which I'm guilty of doing that. So, pardon a few yawns and things along that nature. Here, it's only been 2026 for approximately 13 hours. And also, something to keep in mind, as good as 2025 is, Fulham actually has a greater goal total. I mean, not gold, but point total by one, but still a better point total than they were at this stage last season. Tete gets it over to Terry Wilson. Wilson onside. Gay easily knocks it out. Lukic gets out to Smith Rowe. Smith Rowe looks like he's either trying to find Kevin, finds Kevin. Kevin gets out to Anderson. Anderson cross into the box. And Tyreek Mitchell just heads it out. It's going to be a corner for Fulham. And this is going to be Fulham's first corner of the game. The crowd's slowly starting to come alive with the come on Fulham chants. This is going to be Fulham's first corner. Short corner. Wilson into the box. Dealt with very well by Palace. Cuenca gets it back in. There's plenty of people in the Lukic. Oh, yeah, Sasha Lukic with the challenge. Yeah, that's definitely a foul. Luckily, no cards. No cards. But still, Palace, good defending. Anderson, Tete, they're all. Lukic just kind of ran in. It wasn't going to be a card, but still, you just need to be careful with challenges like that because it can definitely go. It can definitely go anyway. Not even. Okay, let me back up a little bit. And another foul by Lukic. The whistle is being. Uh, Palace tried to be quick on the free kick, but excuse me. The ref is like, just chill for a minute, exercise your chill. This ain't going anywhere. Tony Harrington is the ref for this game. And Ismail Assar, hmm, the attacking midfielder, we were okay. And yeah, that's gonna be, yeah. Pino had some fun with Tete, but Ismail Assar is away at AFCON with Senegal, and they will be in the second round as well. Sorry, in the round of 16 along with Nigeria. They will take on Sudan on the third. So that'll be maybe a while for him to get back. Harry Wilson tried to get to it, but just a little bit of short. Mateta for has it for Palace. They're slowing things down. And back to Horton. Pino has it. Mitchell tries to slide it in. Hmm. Man, Leno, Leno, nice sliding block. Not a shot, just a sliding block. Neither of these teams have had a shot on goal just yet. And it looked like Hughes was tripped. I don't think that wouldn't have been a penalty, but because it has nothing to actually, yeah, it's nothing to actually do with the play. Oh, okay. Even if it was outside the box, so there would have been no penalty. It was outside the box, so there would not. Okay, but who am I to say? Who am I to say? Stand by. Like, this is me even saying yes, there's a foul, but no, it's not in the box. It is Lukic does, but looks like check complete. No foul. Fulham has the ball. Right. I mean, it's outside the area. You cannot. It's not even about checking whether it was a foul. You were trying to say if it's in the area, Lukic, Gay with the block. Tete tries to. Oh, and it was dipping too. It just dipped too late, but it was dipped. You know, comes down trying to get on the vault, lets it bounce, and it's like, I mean, it does sit, it does dip. It's just still too high. Yeah, it didn't come down quick enough, and it looks like it got a Palace fan just got a little souvenir to the face. Smith Rowe, not a great pass, but Leno does is able to deal with it. Okay, and they're just reiterating the whole Josh King thing since that was um. Actually, let's go to the film subs real quick because one thing that is interesting is a name that we haven't seen before. Samuel Amasa, who is actually from the U21s. So there's that possibility that he may stop in along with Self Ridgeton, which has been this has been his third featured, but has still not came out and actually gotten any Premier League minutes yet. But as you see, you're the usuals: Harrison Reed, Tom Carney, Traore. He's not at Wolves yet, folks. Not Wolves. He's not West Ham yet. Kusei Asari, Castagna, Leconte, Diop. So those are your usual bench team, but not what's happening now. Game back, Palace has had some. Palace has had a little bit of possession, but Fulham has done a good job of just keeping them from really maintaining the ball. And they take a deflection, or is this just going to simply be a throw in for Palace? It may simply be a throw in for Palace. We'll just see where that goes. But yes, 58-42 possession of Fulham. Tete finds Harry Wilson. Harry Wilson gets it back to Lukic. Smith Rowe. Kevin trying to find Anderson. Headed away by Palace. It's going to be a throw in. Robinson's going to take the throw in away from Kevin. All right, so each have one shot on target with Palace two attempts, Fulham five attempts. Lukic gets it out to Tete. Tete being marked by two. Back out to Anderson. Back out to Cuenca. Cuenca is going to get it back to Anderson. Back to Cuenca. Anderson just trying to get. Looks like there was a slight pull, but no foul. No foul. Palace has the ball again. I think Palace is. It, Fulham has definitely been the more aggressive team, but you can't take anything away because the score is 0-0. So that finishing ball has not been there for Fulham. But also something to keep in mind is, of course, I'm in the U.S., so it is college football Americano season. So there are a lot of people watching college football bowl games. There's okay. We're seeing something there. Kowenka goes down. We got. I don't know what happened there, so we're gonna take a second. Okay. Devaney is saying that. All right. Kowenka saying that it's going to be a blow to the head by Devaney, and if that's the case, then that means Kowenka has to leave the pitch. Don't claim it's a blow to the head. If you're not ready to be kicked off the pitch, do not claim it's a blow to the head. So 30 seconds. Wharton Anderson's trying to talk some sense, but but I'm not even gonna act like he didn't deserve that. He didn't. He did. Does it look like it went towards the head? Yes. Did it look like it connected? No. Klein gets past Robinson. Header! Mateta. Of course. 1-0 Palace. Koenka. Koenka, why did you do that? Yeah, come back on. Yeah, come back on now after it's all done. There's no inquest about that. That is you. You messed up. Robinson messes up Mateta. He's not marked. He's not marked. I think that should have been Tete, but yeah, but he's not marked. Open shot, 1-0. Palace absolutely deserves it. Argue. Oh, and what makes it worse is that Mateta nutmegs. It literally heads it right between Leno's legs. It is a nutmeg header. 1-0 Palace. And good ball. Mitchell to Pino. Pino still has it. Palace still with possession. It's just Wharton tried to thread the needle and just Fulham's not able to get the ball out other side. It's still Palace ball. Again, I can't even be upset. That was the right team score. You claim an injury, you get put off the pitch. And nothing more to say. And now it's a foul, of course, by Koenka. But yeah, Robinson got burnt. Tete didn't mark. The result is the result is the result. The result is the result. I can't even. The longer a game goes 1-0 and 0-0, it's just like one errant shot will do it. Because right now, Liverpool and Leeds, there's still no score in that game. Harry Wilson gets to it. First little bit of possession for Fulham. Kevin He does get knocked over. Advantage. And Raul kicks it out. And you can just see the frustration, not just from the Fulham players, Marco Silva, the fans, definitely myself. Definitely myself. Because I really don't know what you say about this. They're talking about 4 minutes of added time. You know what? If there is, it is. But all I can say is Palace definitely deserves to be up. But still, Palace is just. This has been all Palace. Like this has really been all Palace. And now this is where you're just wondering what do you get? What can you get off the bench? Devaney gets it back out. I mean, Menez, Klein, maintaining possession. Kevin is kind of. You know, I'm just going. Unless Kevin does something, I'm just going to stop talking about him. Hughes boxing ball into the box, pass Devaney, shot by shot by Klein. Klein just couldn't get a good hold on it. Kevin tried to. Actually, Klein got a not bad hold on it. No, it just kind of he knocks into the ground. It goes far right. Leno, I think, had it covered, but it wasn't on frame. And it's gonna be 4 minutes of stoppage there. If you're Fulham, you're going in one. You don't want to go in one. You don't want to go into 2-0. If you go in 1-0, it sucks, but it's Sasha Lukic. Yeah, I mean, yeah. If you see me making these types of things, just know that I am playing the part of Marco Silva right now because that's the stuff that he's doing on the bench right now. Cross into the box. Leno just like, nah, don't want that. It sails across. It's gonna be a goal kick for Fulham. I think he was going. I don't know if he was going for goal, if he was trying to find Mateta. But no, for this one, it's just some bad. Liner, Hughes, corner of the box, Tete marking Pino. Hughes, oh Hughes, that could have easily been 2-0. That easily could have been 2-0, and probably should have been. But Hughes, great job getting the position. Sanderberger was a little slow. Hughes just dragged it right. He dragged it too far right. Otherwise, that's easily 2-0. No, Anderson shouldn't be happy. Kevin has it. They're onside. Smith Rowe crosses and Fulham. I'm wondering if that was a corner or if it just went out for a throw in. It was close. Yeah, it's gonna be a throw in. Like Smith Rowe was. If I had to think of someone who's actually been pretty good this first half as far as getting onto the ball and trying to make things happen, Emil Smith Rowe has done a pretty good job of that. Log throw in. Kevin gets to it. Kevin straight to keeper. Wilson was blocked by Lacroix. And just like that, Palace with the ball. Leno gets to it. Robinson all of a sudden is just surrounded, and now Leno's had to kind of clean up and kick it out of the way. And now Palace advantage. Palace Mitchell, and it's just Leno gets to it. And just like this game has gotten really interesting in the last few minutes. Smith Rowe trying to push up the pitch, gets out to Kevin. Kevin is able to get the ball off of Klein. But we're gonna see. All right, they're gonna show the replay of Kevin Wilson. Just a nice dive by Lacroix. And the whistle has gone off. Frustrating first half. I mean, there's nothing else I can say. Fulham deserves to be down 1-0. Koenka goes down screaming. When you go down screaming and it's like, okay, it's like, you need to get off the pitch. Fine, you get off the pitch. 30 seconds. You understand when you do something like that, you are putting your team in an unnecessary risk for 30 seconds. 30 seconds, your team can't do anything about you not being on the pitch except try to play like you're still on the pitch. And in this case, it did not work. And Fulham had to pay the price. Koenka has to pay the price. And if this is how this ends, it's all going to be on Koenka. Like, you can blame Tete for not marking Mateta in the box. You can even say, Robinson was late getting to the actual cross itself. And all those things would absolutely be true. But at the end of the day, it's just frustrating. Liverpool and Leeds is a draw at halftime. This game should be a draw right now, but it's not. It is not a draw because someone decided to put their acting boots on and it didn't work and it did not work for them. And I made a number error on Lacroix. I apologize, number 5. I mean, a part of me wants to put stats on, but I'm almost like, does it even really matter? Because I'm just, you know what? Fine. I'm still gonna put stats. No matter how I feel right now, I'm still gonna put stats because it doesn't. I mean, that's where I'm at. It's like it doesn't matter how aggressive you are if the tail is that you are not, you're still not scoring, and that you just can't find that final ball. Take away the possession. This is all Palace. This game is absolutely all Palace, and it deserves to be. It absolutely deserves to be. Take away the possession. This is all Palace. This game is absolutely all Palace, and it deserves to be. It absolutely deserves to be. And I don't know what I want to say for the second half. I mean, we got kids that can. Yeah, we got some kids that can come in, but yeah, this is all I have. How to be Palace. I have one thing over there on the board, and it's just that simple. Fulham must score 2 goals. Period. That's it. You have to score 2 goals. That's just. There's nothing else I can say. Like usually, I'll have like a full list of things Fulham can do, but no. And it's like, can Fulham finally shatter the Crystal Palace? No. Not if they can't do this. Not if they can't do this one little thing. It's simple. Fulham must score 2 goals. Period. Nothing else to say. Absolutely nothing else to say. I'm gonna be back, but I don't know where I'm coming back to. I'm hoping I'm coming back to something better. I really do. Because right now, I don't know what I was. I know what I'm watching. I was watching one mistake that cost us because someone wanted to try to get an acting nomination and they failed. But I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna leave that because there ain't much I can say. Thank you for being patient. We will be back in a few minutes. This is Jonas Braska with Up the Fulham. And at the half, Crystal Palace 1, Fulham nil. And Palace absolutely deserves every minute of this. No matter how much I don't want to admit it. Anyway, I'll be back momentarily. Yeah, definitely didn't want to see my match start out that way. But as you see, it is Fulham. It is Crystal Palace. Second match has started. Hold on one second. We're gonna adjust our time because that kind of snuck back in a little bit late. Okay. With that being said, we are synced back up. As always, this is Jonas Brasco. Second half is kicked on. Mateta scored in the. Oh, there we go. So that's what you've missed so far. Mateta got one. Beyond that, that's where we're at. Anderson, when he came in, got himself a lovely yellow card, which I ain't even gonna. I'm not even gonna talk about that. But still, nothing. No changes at halftime. And if you're Fulham, you're kind of wondering who do you even bring in for this? Checking out the subs for Fulham, you do have Harrison Reed, Tom Carney, Traore. Still not a hammer. Kusei Sare, Castagna. So Tete's gonna get treatment. The ball's knocked out play. At least now, if it's 30, if he has to go off for 30 seconds, at least we know why. Right now, they're just showing the chairman of Palace for those who actually care about that thing. I'm sure there are plenty of people too, but nonetheless, I still want to give a happy new year to everyone out there. I'm just having myself a little snack. And that does suck. Because now we do know that Tete is down and he is going to. It looks like Castagna is going to come in for him. And one thing I do like, and because I like Timothy Castagna. Mm. I mean, that's not something I was expecting. Definitely not the way I wanted to start out the first half. But still, It is what it is. Gypsy Castagna comes in for Kenny Tete. And of course, the team there always giving the fun stats of Fulham. Actually, hey, we've only won once when being down, and that was being Brentford. Kevin finds a way on outside, crossing to the box, looking for. Didn't happen. Smith Rowe. Sanderberger. Remember I said that never say Sanderberger with the Powell? To Vanny. To Mitchell. To Vanny tried to shoot. It was blocked. Hughes trying to find somebody. They were going to call for a handball, but no. Sanderberger did not. We know we got some lanky arms, but that wasn't on him that time. And of course, the foul on Sacha Lukic. Kihi. Harry Wilson trying to make a quick break. Anthony Robinson on the left side to Smith Rowe. Back to Kevin. Anderson Robinson back to Smith Rowe. Just a little late on the shot. It dropped. It looked like Lukic was going to get to it, but it does not happen. And Palace maintaining possession until they kick it out of bounds. And it's a throw in for Fulham and from Anderson. But man, it's bad. Just that's the first. That's gonna be the first one. First sub already, and it's the 50. It's not even the 55th minute yet. And Fulham's just giving away the ball. Foul by Kevin. It's gonna be advantage Palace. It's a break. Pino dealt with by Castagna very nicely. Yeah, Pino's off. I mean, there's, but still, oh, excuse, still a great attempt. I mean, and this is like you got a extreme stream. You have a fun stream of games. You're trying to figure out, okay, what how can we stay healthy and stuff through this. And for Fulham, for the most part, they've been, but the people who are on the bench are big people. Your Josh King, your Ryan Sessegnon, your Rodrigo Muniz. Like those are some really, really big. And Palace is going to make their first sub. So he's going to come out for JD Canvett. And now both Fulham and Palace have each used one substitution. And actually, on the head on time, the Liverpool Leeds game at Anfield is still no score. There are two more matches left today with Brentford and Spurs and Sunderland and Man City. Lerma tried to get it, but Sanderberger, great job with the defense. Robinson has it. Was trying to find Harry Wilson, but it is kicked out by Palace. Smith Rowe back to Anthony Robinson, back to Sanderberg. Kevin to Jimenez off the post. It was off the post. Oh, Fulham still has possession. They're gonna show that again, but but it was header off the post. Smith Rowe trying to get towards the box, and it's knocked out by Mr. Henderson. It was just a header. Robinson, it just was too far down low. It didn't. I won't say no. He should have scored. It was close. Pals gave it away. Sanderberg to the cross. Please, I don't want to have to keep saying, don't let him have the ball. Don't let him have the ball in the forward third. Yeah, good awareness there. But now, why you don't, you're not an attacker. Don't do that. Good job by Lukic just to kick that, get more into the Palace half. Anderson deals with it, surrounded by Mateta and Pino. Smith Rowe, okay, ugly challenge, and that's gonna be a ugly challenge on the court. That's gonna be a card for Emil Smith Rowe. Ugly challenge, unneeded challenge. And it's a lunge. He catches him. Smith Rowe gets the yellow. Still, for now in the 61st minute, 1-0 Crystal Palace. Fulham, can they get a point? Maybe even get three, but no Mateta. Mateta. Wow. Okay, I gotta admit, they are late. They are so late with these offside flags. Yeah, Mateta is definitely offsides. I mean, he swings the strike right. That's beside the point. Sasha Lukic gets to it. Try to foul out. Try to find Jimenez. It's kicked out by Palace. It's going to be a throw in for Fulham. It looks like Castagna's going to do the throw. No, it's not interesting when they're saying last possession, last 71 to 29, Fulham. It doesn't matter. Fulham is good. Fulham will possess the ball. It doesn't matter if they can't figure out that last third. Castagna is going to kick it out. Castagna, great job. Palace is not able to fully clear the ball out. Kevin finds Robinson. Robinson was trying to find Kevin, but they just kept running around each other. And just like that, Palace with some good touches on the ball. Castagna still running. Castagna has been pretty good since he's been on the pitch. He doesn't. He's a little bit taller than Tete, but also a little bit slower. And Castagna is definitely not a scorer. Now Palace is just kind of slowing down, trying to keep the ball and have some possession, which is perfectly fine. No, if Palace scores a second goal, this game's over. I mean, I'm like, do not expect any magic like you saw in the. Mm. All right, Tom Carney's going to come in. And they're saying why Carney's coming in because he's a better passer. Hey. That's what you need. You need some good passing and then just trying to figure out someone else. Some errant passes, several errant passes by both teams. This is okay. It's an ugly game. It's just that's what it is. Is right now we are watching an ugly game, and that may be one of the reasons there ain't anyone watching this game other than me. But from what I've seen with the Liverpool Leeds game, that game's ugly too, and that's in the 69th minute with no score. And of course, they're mentioning Wrexham. Wrexham won their game against Blackburn Rovers 2-0. And if you're Fulham, you're definitely disappointed. Jimenez, bad pass. Pino trying to find Mateta. Lerma, it gets a deflection, and it's going to be a corner for Palace. And hopefully, this means that Tom Carney's going to hop onto the pitch. Hopefully, this means Tom Carney is going to hop onto the pitch. Because that's what needs to happen right now. Excuse me for the yawning. Fulham has had one corner. This is only the third quarter of the game, the fourth quarter of the game overall. Palace has had three. Fulham has had one. Well defended nicely by Fulham, but this is one of those things where I'm wondering about Josh King because Josh King, Ryan Sessegnon, those were the players that were going to go into the box and maybe, and now they just keep having stats. Sanderberger, thank you. I mean, it literally is. Okay. I am so glad Tom Kearney's coming on. I am so glad he's going on. I'm sorry. I just had to clear my eyes for a second because literally get rid of the person who is the worst on holding the ball, which is Sanderberg. And another offsides. Oh my god. Oh, I'm so sorry, folks. All right, Tom Carney, you're in. I just let me get my glasses back on. Cause that. Ugh. All right. All right. I'm sorry. It just was like, why did it take so long to get him off? Wilson tried to find Jimenez. Jimenez saw the ball late. It was already past him. Anthony Robinson looks like he's going to get to this one. Uh, no choice but to send it back. Kevin tried to get to the ball. Nothing happening there. He's a little frustrated. 17th minute. Score till still 1-0 Palace. Mateta. Again, more and more. 5 offsides for Palace. But at least you know that they're driving. They are driving for it. And you know what the weird thing is? The person who has the highest rating for Fulham, as far as FOTMob is concerned, is Kevin at a 7.4. No, neither team. Like this is a like I already said this. This is not a good game. 75th minute, Liverpool leads 0-0. Mitchell gets it, still maintaining possession and lets Fulham get back, but Palace doesn't even really have to threaten. They just has to just holding. Tom Carney really even hasn't had a chance to get onto the ball. Oh. Come on, Fulham. We know you're better than this. And literally, this is the thing is like you have a 1-0 lead against Fulham, and Fulham is not even really threatening your goal. Wharton, Mitchell, they've just playing this long ball thing. Mitchell tries to get it the cross, but it's dealt with by Castagna, and once again, Crystal Palace with a corner. Corner from Palace. Smacked out by Leno. Still smacked out. Header. Doesn't go over the line and is still being fought. Calling for on offsides. Not. Okay, he tries to swing. Goes over. Just some. That ball was all over the place. I don't see how that doesn't go in. Leno fakes on LaCroix. Punch versus head. Leno tries to get it back over. LaCroix kicks it straight into Gehi. They looked like they were calling for VAR on that to see if there was possible handball or anything, but yeah, this it should be 2-0. But and Raul, I mean Jimenez, this is what you don't want to get. Is like he's drawn Harry Wilson. People are like, why hasn't he scored or why has his goals dried up? And it's like because the people who are giving them the ball aren't here. They're in Morocco right now. You're a Wobie, you're a Chukwueze, you're a Calvin Bassey. And Jimenez, back to Kevin. Kevin, cross. I don't know what that was. I don't know what that. Like he knows he doesn't have the help. He gets it back to Kevin. Kevin, I think, is trying to find Smith Rowe. Again, this is what you're seeing here is just me doing my best Marco Silva impression. That's what I feel like I'm doing right now. Teta, great job. Okay, when you're on the pitch, you're actually not bad, Koenka. Tom Carney, just doing what he needs to, just maintaining possession, gets it out to Sasha Lukic. Lukic trying to find someone. Lukic still running. Smith Rowe back to Lukic. Lukic did score in the Newcastle game. Back out to Kevin. Kevin's gonna kick it out to Anthony Robinson. Back to Tom Carney. Tom Carney to Sasha Lukic. Lukic can't maintain possession, and Palace gets it out of the way. But it goes back as far as Koenka. Cuenca shifted to Anderson. Anderson back to Tom Carney. Tom Carney was the captain for the longest time, longest tenured Fulham player at 11 years. Kevin just kind of going across, gets it out to Anderson. Anderson back to Tom Carney. Anderson back to Carney. Like, hey, can we figure something out? No, Lukic Gets it back out. Smith Rowe, Smith Rowe, back to Lukic, Lukic to Robinson, Robinson goes out. Robinson's gonna throw in. Okay, we have this possession, but there's nothing to go with it. Tom Carney. Get to Smith Rowe. Got to Kevin. Kevin into the box. Header by Timothy Castagna. There was no power on it. But it's like, okay, we're trying, we're slowly but surely moving the bar. But Castagna, yeah, he was just too far out. But finally, I think that's the first save that Dean Henderson has had to make this entire game. I mean, the commentators was like, yeah, I would have tried to do something similar, just try to get some more pace on the ball. And it's like it's a header. There's a limit to how much pace you can put on it. But still, Castagna and Carney have been good stewards of the ball since they've both been on the pitch. Yeah, and they're trying to get people to still watch by saying there's a lot of football still left in this game. Robinson to Lukic, back to Robinson. Wilson couldn't figure something out, and Palace does a great job of just getting it out of the way. Again, it's just not that final finishing pass is just not there right now. Crowd is starting to say, "Come on, Fulham." I'm hoping, "Come on, Fulham." Kevin Smith Rowe finds Robinson. Jimenez tries to turn and shoot. Nothing happening there. There was just too many Palace bodies in there. Harry Wilson to the outside. Tom Carney. They were trying to get to Castagna. Castagna knew not better. Anderson's with the cross. Straight towards the middle. Smith Rowe in the box. Palace, great defending. They just are trying to. Yeah. A great job by the Palace defense, but it doesn't help if Fulham still tries to keep going straight up the middle. They can't walk this in. I get that the creativity may not be there, but you can't walk this in. Robinson, Lukic, Tom Carney! 1-1 Fulham! Thank you, Tom Carney. You're going to get a yellow for that. But still, 1-1. Yes, the goal was coming. Freaking heck. I mean, that's one of the reasons they like Tom Curtis. Like, okay, we're gonna work it. We're gonna work it. Yeah, Gahey's not a defender. Keep that in mind. It's like, okay, gotta put my hands behind. Kearney, middle of the pitch, nice curve, heads for that mid left. Well done, Tom Kearney. And now, yes, there's no argument there. It's definitely a vital one. And just like that is now 1-1. And I think now we are in that point where it is next goal wins. Next goal definitely wins. But if it's a draw, it's a draw. But still, it's anyone's game. Palace with the ball, and it's going to be another corner. SA is coming in for Devaney. We'll make those. We will make some changes as well. Use number 21. Corner. Not dealt with well. Good long throw. And just like that, Palace has two subs left. Fulham has three. Kevin keeps it inside. Going for Smith Rowe. But Anderson was got further out. Boots it. Kevin. And out to Harry Wilson. Harry Wilson trying to maintain possession. Yes, Fulham believe they can go win this. Shoot, go win this. This ain't about being brave. This is go win this. And it looks like Traore and Harrison Reed are gonna come in. Yes, go win this. Forget about a draw. Go win this. Come on. Harry Wilson, it looks is gonna come off for this one. And Kevin's also coming off. And I don't think anyone is going to complain about either of those substitutions. Harrison Reed looks like he's going to come in for Kevin, which I am fine with that. I am absolutely fine with that. I ain't going to worry about that right now. Yeah. And there's going to be. Okay. This game all of a sudden has been, may I have your attention, please? So Dama Traore is going to come in for Harry Wilson. I know that's already happened. It's just getting the substitutions to the point. And for those coming over from the Liverpool Leeds game, thank you for hopping in. This is Jonas Brasco with Up the Fulham. As I've seen there, that game is at 0-0. And they're in stoppage time actually on that one. I'm sure there's some people who are questioning what exactly is going on there. And yes, a foul. It's going to be a free kick for Fulham. Castan. Again, Fulham very rarely has won, only one time this year from a losing position. And yeah, there's going to be a foul on Castagna, and that will be a ticket for him. All right, Fulham needs to be careful. I mean, I know it's the new year, there's resets, but still can't be picking up all these cards. Low yellow card accumulation is real. Oh, and I just heard they're saying 8 minutes of stoppage. 8 minutes of added time. Okay. Oh yeah, they just literally said that. Yeah, because Palace hasn't won on New Year's Day. Now in the Liverpool game, they're at 6 minutes of extra time. Okay, that's interesting. They just literally said they'd lift these Cubs up two places just with a win. Okay, it was eight. It's gonna be. They're changing it to six. And now they're making alcohol jokes about people on New Year's. Smith Rowe. Oh, couldn't get quite to it. Tom Carney. No foul. Wharton got him, but still no foul. No foul. No whistles. And of course, Fulham has Liverpool. There's no easy assignments for anyone. You've hit the 90. Stop. It will be a minimum of 6 minutes of stoppage. Traore trying to work. And they give it to Fulham for the throw in. And as I said, it's the keys is really simple for Fulham to win this. Score 2 goals. Period. But still, Tom Carney is Reed. Good cross in the middle. Jimenez gets it down to Carney. Does it Castagna? Nice save. Nice save by Dean Henderson. I hate to say that, but it was just a nice get out of here save. And now Palace on the break. Ateta, and they give up the corner. Reed, great. Carney to tried to get to Carney, got to man, and it's like if you didn't raise the ball, Castagna, but still, it's a shot on goal. It's an offhanded save too. It was an offhanded save that should have ended it. But now it's a corner. Now it's a corner. But before we get there, we're gonna get a sub. Borna Sosa's coming in for Klein. That's interesting. When you have a substitution and the sub is taking the corner. I think that was for Nathaniel Klein too. Was the substitution? Very good ball for Castagna. Traore trying to go. Traore goes into the box. Traore is gonna pass it back to Castagna. No, he's gonna go straight towards the middle, but there was no one there. And as much as I want 3 points, a 1-1 draw is a fair result considering all things. Castagna gets the corner. Yeah, and of course there's they'll let know, hey, last time this happened, 2021, 2022. Man, and Fulham is not going to do that. They're not going to bring in someone for that. It's going to be Lukic and Tom Carney. Yeah, no, the players know the laws of the game. They just know what's also up. Liverpool leads is final with no score. Corner. And Fulham gets another corner out of this. We're now in the 95th minute. Can we see something really, really Fulhamish here? Like Fulhamish in a good way, not bad Fulhamish. There's two balls on the pitch. They got the second ball off. Harrison Reed. Anderson. And he just all I understand to do was just keep it low. He just had to keep it low. Jimenez gets it in there. It's not dealt with. It's not dealt with well by Canvat. Canvat had a chance to just get it out of the way for Palace, but still, that was probably Fulham's last chance. Unless something were to happen here, Palace still with the ball. Mateta, nope, didn't get to it. Lots of pushing. Like 2 minutes. Lots of missed headers. Smith Rowe gets to it. Smith Rowe gets tripped. And it's going to be, it looks like it's going to be one last free kick. The whistle has gone off. Match is ended. Oh no, I'm walking away thinking you should have won. That's how it ends. 1-1. And I can't even be mad. It's I can't be mad. That is as fair of a score as I would. That's a fair score. That's a fair score. That's a fair result. I need a moment only because how it beat Palace. Nope. Did not happen. Am I glad we came back and made a game of it? Absolutely. This is Jonas Brasco. This is post match. I can't believe no. I definitely believe we bottled it. I definitely believe we bottled it. Like this is gonna, if nothing else, and leaving Liverpool is gonna be fire. I don't know if we can beat Liverpool right now. I mean, like I'm looking and I'm saying how to beat Palace. Fulham must score 2 goals. Period. Liverpool is one of those games where I think it's like we can score a goal. We can score a goal and win. This was not that game. This was not that game. These are two teams that were too close too close alike. And what made it even worse is that we're actually healthier than Palace. I mean, not by much. I mean, not by much at all, but I mean, Rio was out, Kamada was out, Munoz was out, Chris Richards were out. All of those people were out, and we still couldn't have it. We still couldn't. Even though Tom Carney scored the goal, and I'm glad that he scored. Believe me, I am so glad that he scored the goal. Man of the match for me was Timothy Castagna. Like Castagna came in. I mean, it sucked he had to come in for Tete, but he came in and he did an excellent job. Was able to make some plays, keep the ball, be aggressive, all the things that you want for a defender to come in and do. Castagna did. He got in front of the ball. He was able to. Man, that was okay. And with that question, when are yeah, when are Chikwueze and them coming? Okay, so they made it to the round of 16. They will take on Mozambique on the 5th. So this is going to be after the Liverpool game. So Mozambique is of course rated 102nd by FIFA. And Algeria should beat the Democratic Republic of Congo. So at the absolute earliest would be the 10th. That would be the absolute earliest. You gotta understand the final is on the 18th of January. So let's just go ahead and say that don't expect Nigeria back at our three Nigerians back until at least mid January. And I'm talking worst case scenario. Because I'm just gonna say it. They're not. I don't think Mozambique is going to beat Nigeria. So I'm sorry for people who are like wondering about what about AFCON. No, that's not gonna be the case. In the meantime, Traore, if this was his last game before he hightails it to West Ham, thanks for being a professional, coming in, taking care of business. That's all I can say on his end. Is that at least he came in as a professional and did what he had to do. I don't mind Wilson starting, but I don't think. All right, in this last game, and what's being very very clear is that no one no one right now that's in the lineup is going to be able to give Wilson the ball the way that he wants it in comparison to what Iwobi, Chukwueze, and Bassi were able to do. So yes, those goals for Harry Wilson right now have dried up. They have dried up and they may not be coming back anytime until our Nigerians come back. I wish that would be the case, but yeah, definitely FFS on that one. This was not a again, this was not. Oh, I didn't even finish what I was going to type in for this part. Now, to be fair, Liverpool, I don't know how they messed up their game. I usually do have a Liverpool fan who hops in from time to time, but that was Leeds. I don't know how that happened, but I do know this. With that win, Fulham is now 10th in the table. Liverpool, with their draw, they're fourth, and they remain fourth. Leeds is happy. They didn't lose. So they're 21 points. They're still 16th. But yeah, no, I did not imagine that was going to be the case. And Fulham did beat Liverpool at home last year 3-2. So this is not it'd be nice for history to repeat itself, but with Harry Wilson, I know this is going to sound bad, but I think you may have to put him on the bench for this matchup. I think you need to give Kise Asari a shot starting. I also want to know what happened to Josh King. That is probably the second thing. I also think you put Koenka on the bench. We're not going to do any more of that screaming diving anymore. Because that's really the only reason Palace scored. Because for that one little mistake, 10 minutes on the pitch, Mateta was able to just nutmeg Leno with a header in the box. Tete was bad on the marking, but then Tete kind of came out of the game afterwards. So I'm not putting that all on him. And I hope Tete will be okay for the next match. But I think Castanha's earned himself a start. And I think it'll be okay for him to come in if Tete is still injured next week. But this was just not. I'm glad they came back in the second half. But like I said, how to beat Palace? Must score 2 goals. Period. That's it. I there's nothing more I need to say. We didn't score 2 goals. We didn't win the game. We drew, but we did not win the game. And they're even saying that Palace, like this is when they say that Palace does not score at home. Like like I'm glad we got the draw. This doesn't feel like a loss, but this does feel like points dropped. It's a weird feeling because it's like I'm glad we got the draw. Should we have gotten the win? No, we did not deserve the win. And I will say that Cuenca definitely cost us the win. But here, no, Wilson. I wouldn't mind him if I thought he could play on the left side. I'd switch him out for Kevin. But I know Harry Wilson cannot play on the left side. And for what it's worth, Kevin did much better in this game. He's still not anywhere where he needs to be, and I still would not mind him going on loan. But I do think that Kevin will be riding some pine when Sessegnon comes back. And I think that's the one thing that I'm hoping for the Liverpool game is that we do hear but from Sess. And hopefully we also hear from Josh King. Because if you know, no one was going in the box drawing fouls or anything. But Jimenez's best chances were actually being able to follow up thing. Castagna trying to follow up. Like just having a little bit of attacking and following up made a big difference. Even though the way we scored was, of course, outside the box. Okay. There's not much else I can say. This was I don't want to say disappointing. No, I mean I am going to say disappointing. This was a disappointing result. I'm glad that we are now 4 games unbeaten. I like to say 4 games winning, but 4 games unbeaten on the road is good. So now we have to go. Now we have to beat Liverpool, where they're in fourth. They're still in fourth. And this is now. I don't feel like we're punching above our weight. We're not punching above our weight. We're just now. Let's see if we can actually just get the punch to connect. Not the way I wanted to start 2026, but it ain't a loss either. It's not a loss. I'm sure there's plenty of people who are gonna, be talking quick words, things along that nature. But yeah, there's really nothing that Fulham can do that they haven't already done. Nothing is going to happen in the transfer window between this game and the Liverpool game. So let's not even pretend like there's going to be any possibilities in that there. And let's just not sugarcoat that. This is not going to. There's not going to be some quick immediate change. This was just a bad. This was just an unfortunate game. This was unfortunate, but a point to point. We don't get too many draws, and I think that maybe is something that we should count our blessings on, because this is only Fulham's third draw of the season. Like, we don't get draws that, like, before coming into this game, the only teams that had fewer draws than us were Man City and Brentford. Everyone at least had beyond that had three or more draws. Even Wolves. Even Wolves. So I mean that's saying something. We're 8-3-8. And for Fulham, this is gonna be Liverpool, this will actually be the first. This will be actually their first meeting this season, and this will be the last match that is not a run back. The rest of the matches from here on out are going to be run back / reverse fixtures. So this is going to be the first time seeing a Liverpool side this season, and hopefully, at the cottage, on Sunday we can make something happen. I want to thank everyone again for watching, and I want to wish everyone, a happy New Year. 2025 wasn't bad. 2026, we'll see if we can. We'll see if it gets better. We'll check you all again on the 4th. And just to see where we're running, these are the fixtures. At least the next upcoming one, Palace. We saw how that ended. Liverpool, Chelsea, Middlesbrough for the cup, and then Leeds on the 17th. Nothing to write home about, but once again, final score: Crystal Palace won, Fulham won. Mateta gets a header in the 39th minute. Tom Carney strikes back in the 80th minute to get the 1-1 draw. And for the 10th time, these two teams have faced off. The home side has not won. Fulham didn't win. Fulham didn't win at the beginning of December with a 2-1 loss. Fulham didn't win here, but at least this time they get a point away from it. We'll see you folks in a few days. Once again, final score: Crystal Palace 1, Fulham 1. Thank you for joining me. Happy New Year, and once again,